Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to learn various UI widgets or UI controls. In practical, we have seen some of the controls, but in this lecture, we have to go through more number of UI controls or UI widgets. Okay. So UI controls are generally an interactive components which are used in the user interface of the Android application. And Android operating system provides a wide variety of controls which can be used in our user interface. For example, n number of controls are there, but some those are mostly used in any application. Out of those are the first one is the button, which looks like as this as shown in this particular slide. Then second control is called the toast control, which is a flashing type object and which is used to display a message for a short duration, like as shown in this particular image. Then third one is the toggle switch, which has a states, on or off, or sometimes it can be used as a yes or no state. The image button is there. Image button is similar to that of this general say simple button, but with slight difference that image button can have an image at the in the place of this text, and sometimes image button have a image with some text as well, as shown in this particular image. Then checkbox control is there, which allows you to select multiple items from the list of items as shown in this particular figure. Similarly, spinner is there. Spinner is same as that of the drop down menu in other terms of the languages like .NET or Java. Okay, so here in case of Android spinner object, there will be some one small arrow as shown in this particular image, and when user taps or click on this particular arrow, then a drop down menu will be open there. From here, user can select one item at a time. Right now, we will go into the details. It means implementation details of some major controls in the coming slides. Okay, so first of all, we will see the UI control whose name is toast. It is very simple control, and for in implementation point of view, it contains only a less number of codes. Okay, so toast is an Android toast can be used to display information for a short period of time. And if you observe or if you think carefully regarding the Android operating system, most of the software components or most of the versions of Android have given a name of some bakery products. Okay, for example, say Android version Lollipop, or say a Jelly Bean, or say Kit Kat. So all these products are bakery products, and here also this toast is also one of the bakery product which we used to eat in our daily life. Okay, and here the toast is a control in Android operating system which is used to display a piece of information for a short period of time. It means toast contains a message to be displayed and displayed quickly and disappears after some time. For example, here in this particular snapshot, this is one part of only some portion of one user interface. Here is a button, and whenever user clicks on the save details button, this pop-up window or pop-up message will be displayed, that is details saved successfully, and it will be showed or displayed only for a short period of time, and then it will be disappeared from the screen. It is called as the toast message. Okay, so size of toast will be adjusted based on the space required for the message. Now whatever this rounded rectangle is there, this is called as a toast, and whatever text is displayed here, it is a message which is displayed by this toast object. Okay, now here main point is that the size of this toast, it means its width, this one and its height will be adjusted automatically depending upon the size of message which that toast is used to display. right? In this case, text is very small. That is why the size of toast is like this one. If your toast message is too big, for example, say it is 8 to 10 lines, then the size of toast will be somewhat different. It means its height will be like from here to here, and width also like from here to here. In a short, we can say size of toast can be adjusted based on the space required for the message. Okay, and it is always displayed on the top of the main content of an activity for a short period of time. It means the priority of displaying a toast message is above the top of all other activities in that particular application. For example, here in this particular case, whatever screen you are seeing at the background, this is one of the activity. But if you click on this button, then your toast message will be displayed upon all the activities. That is called as the toast message is displayed on the top of the main content of the activity. And generally, the toast class is a subclass of the object class. Okay, so both are the built-in classes of the Android system, and toast is a child class of the object class. In some cases, depending upon a requirement, we can also create a custom toast for our requirement. Right, now we'll see how to create a toast in Android programming. Okay, so toast is created by creating an object of a toast class, and after creating object of toast class, we call a method whose name is a make test. Okay, so make test is a method of the class toast, and in order to create a toast, we create object of the toast class, and we call this make test method. And make test method have three parameters. First one is the application context, in which that particular toast is to be displayed, and second parameter is the text message. It will be in the form of string, which will be shown in the activity screen or mobile screen, and last parameter is the duration for the toast. It means how much time that particular toast message will be visible to the user. It is decided by the third parameter, that is called as the duration of that particular toast. Right, so toast notification is displayed by using a show method. As shown in this particular snapshot, this dot show method is used to display a method or display a message. Okay, so here toast is a class, and we are calling make test function or method of the toast class, and we are passing here three parameters. First one is context, second is message, and third one is the duration. Right, but it will only create a object of the toast class. It will not show automatically this message. In order to show that message, we need to call this show method of the toast class using dot operator as shown in this particular snapshot. Right, now this context is the application context, and this whatever string is there in double quote, it will be shown as it is onto the into that particular application screen. And this third and last parameter is the duration. It is specified in the form of two predefined variables, not variables, predefined constants. Okay, and those constants are length underscore short or length underscore long. Okay, so if we use the length underscore short constant, then duration of this message will be short. It means this message will be visible to the user for short duration, whereas when we use long length underscore long constant, then toast message will be visible to the user some more time as compared to the this previous one, that is length underscore short. Right, an activity file which hosts the XML layout must implement the corresponding method. Okay, so here It is one more precise example. Here we are creating the object of toast class, and we are calling make test function, and we are passing here three parameters. So here main activity dot this, it means this is the contents of current activity, and whatever string is there, details saved successfully. This is the message which will be actually shown to the user, right? And duration is specified in this form. We cannot specify only length underscore short. Okay, so it should be specified in this form. It means toast class toast dot length underscore short and then dot show. Or if you want to display message for long duration, then it will be like a toast dot length long, then the bracket close and dot show, right? And in that case your toast message will be displayed to the user for some more time as compared to the short duration, right? Now we will see one example of the Android toast. Okay, so this is code for activity underscore main dot xml, and here it is very simple layout. There is a linear layout whose orientation is a vertical. It means controls will be placed vertically one below another, and there is only one single control, that is called as the button. Okay, so this is a starting tag and this is the ending tag of the button tag. This is the ID of this button, which is btn show, and this two parameters layout underscore width and height will define the width and height of that particular button control, which is set to the wrap content. And text property of the button is set to the show toast. It means show toast text will be shown on that particular button, and this is some margin is set. It means its top margin is set to the 200 density pixel or dp. It means from top of the screen it will leave 200 pixels. After that button will be shown there, right? And layout underscore margin left, it means it will leave 140 pixels from the left side of the screen. This is because we want to show that button in the middle of screen horizontally. That's why its top margin is this one and its left margin is this one. Okay. Other way to show a button in central position is that we can use a property called as layout underscore align center horizontal is equal to true. In that way also we can set our control in central position in horizontal direction, right? So this is code for activity underscore main dot xml file, and this will be code or java code for the main activity dot java file, right? So here there is an onCreate function, and these are typical methods, that is super dot onCreate and set content view. These are the typical method. We set the whatever view or layout we have defined in the XML file, it will be set to this particular activity, right? And remember we have defined one button control in the layout file. Okay, so we are mapping that definition of that button control using find view by ID, and we are passing the ID of that particular control. Okay, so this particular statement will map whatever definition we have created in our layout file for a button control to this particular button object. Okay, right? And then we are registering its event listener by calling set on click listener method on the object of the button, which is a btn, right? So btn dot set on click listener, and here we are creating a new view and on click listener. It means whenever user click that particular button, so your execution control will come into this particular on click function, and whatever code you have written into the body of this on click function, that code will be executed. In this case we are simply displaying a toast message using this toast.make test then this is the context of the that particular application, and this is a message, that is you clicked on a button, and this is a duration. In this case we are using toast.length underscore short duration, and we are calling show method of the toast class, right? So whenever we click on user click on that particular button, it will show this message in the form of toast, right? And this will be the output of this particular toast example control. Okay, this is a button. When user clicks on the button, the message will be shown like this one. But remember, this message will be visible to the user only for a short period of time. Okay, now we will see a practical implementation of the same example, right? So here, yeah, I have created one example, that is toast example, and first of all we will see the layout file, that is activity underscore main.xml. This is a design view of the this particular layout file. There is only one button whose text property is set to the show toast. Okay, and if you see the its text view, it will be like this one. So this code is same as that of I have showed you in the theoretical explanation. So I am not going to explain it again. And .java code will be in this main activity.java file. Again, this code is same as that of the previous one, which I have explained in the theoretical explanation. So simply I will run this application. Okay, I will choose this first emulator, which I have already started to save some time. Now running is background, right? So this is the actual user interface of the toast example. It is same as that of the which you have defined in your layout file. Okay. Now as soon as user clicks on this particular show button, this particular on click function will be called, and whatever code is written in this particular function, that will be executed. In this case we have created one toast object, and we are passing this string to show to the user, that is this is a toast message, and this is the current context, and this is here we are using toast dot length underscore short duration to show that particular message. Okay, I will click here, and it will display this particular string in the form of toast message. Okay, so this is the message, right? Now what I will do, I will close this application, and I will change this duration to the long one. Okay, toast dot length underscore long. Now I will run this application, and we will see what happens. So application is running in the background. Okay, it is visible to us now. Now I will click on the show toast. If you observe carefully, duration of this toast is more than that of the previous one. Okay, so in this way we can implement toast control in our application, and this is very useful control, because it is used to display information or piece of information to the user for a short duration, a short period of time. Right, now next control is button control. Here Android button represents a push button. It means whenever user clicks or taps on that particular button, then some particular code will be executed, and button is a user interface control that is used to perform an action whenever user clicks or taps on that particular button, right? So button in Android will contain a text that reflects the purpose of that particular button. For example, if we are using a button to add two numbers, so it text will be add or it will be a sum. Okay, so buttons in Android will contain a text or an icon or both and perform an action whenever user touches it or clicks on that button. In Android, the button control is a subclass of a text view, and compound button is a subclass of the button class. Okay, right, and text view is again a subclass of view, and view is again subclass of the object. So this is class hierarchy of the UI controls, or particularly for the button controls. In Android, button control can be created in two ways. Not only button, but almost all controls can be created in two ways. So first way is to define layout in the .xml file, and another way is to create a particular button in the activity file using Java code programmatically. Right. In the second case, your control will be created dynamically at runtime and will be added to the view. And in the first case, it will be created statically and it will be added to your view. Now we will go through the how to create a button in XML layout file. This is a simple way to define a button in .xml file. This particular snapshot shows that there is a linear layout and there is a button control. This is the ID of the button, which is add btn, and this is width and height, and its text property is set to the text add. Okay, in this way we can create a button control in XML file. Another way is to create a button in the activity file using a programmatic using some code. Right. So button control can be created programmatically in activity file based on our requirement. Here we are defining one linear layout, and we are mapping this object of linear layout with the whatever layout we are defined in our .xml file or layout file. And here we are creating one object of the button class, that is button btn equal to new btn of this, and here we are calling set text function, which will set this text, in this case which is text. This text will be set to this particular btn object, and we are adding this button control by calling add view object function or method of the layout class, and we are passing object of button, which is the btn in this case. Okay, so in this way also we can create a button programmatically in our Android code. Right, then button click events. So whenever user clicks on a button, button object will receive an on click event. Okay, a button click event is defined in two ways, either in XML layout file, or button click event can be created in activity file programmatically, which will be created at runtime. So first method is defining button click event in the XML layout file. In this particular method, click event handler for a button can be defined in .xml file or layout file by adding Android on click attribute of the button, that particular button control. But here remember that the value of Android on click attribute must be the name of method which we need to call in response to that particular click event. It means when a user clicks on the button, so whatever method name we have given as a value of this particular attribute, that method should be called, and it's a developer's responsibility to implement that method in one of the activity file which hosts that particular layout. Okay, then and only then our button click event will work properly. But if we developer have made some mistake, even a single mismatch in the spelling or uppercase or lowercase, then your click event will not be work there. This is a snapshot that shows you how to define button click event in the XML layout file. Okay, so this is the layout file for main activity .java file. So here this is the attribute which is used to define the click event of the button, that is Android colon on click equal to add operation, right? So this is the name of method that will be called whenever user clicks on this particular button, and it's the developer's responsibility to define this method or implement this method in the activity which hosts this particular layout file, right? As I said earlier, in the activity that hosts the XML layout file, a developer need to implement a click event method as shown here. Okay, if you see here, the method value of on click property is add operation, right? So this method will be implemented in the activity which hosts this layout file like this way. So public void add operation, then view, and whatever code you will write in this particular body of this add operation, that code will be executed whenever user clicks on that particular button. Okay, then next method is to define a click event in the activity file, right? And in order to define a button click event programmatically, we need to create few dot on click listener object and assign it to the button by calling set on click listener function. And again, to this set on click listener function, we need to pass few dot on click listener parameter. As shown in this particular snapshot, we can achieve this. It means we can define button click event in the activity file. So here what we have done, we first of all we have created one object of the button control, and we have mapped that object with the whatever layout we have defined in the resource file or .xml file. Then we are calling set on click listener method on this object of the button class, which is btn add, and here we are passing this particular parameter, and then there is a on click method. Okay, and whatever code we will write into this body of the on click method, that code will be executed whenever user clicks on that particular button, right? So Android button control have various attributes. Some of the attributes are here in this particular table. You just go through this table, read one by one, and you may come to know what is the meaning of each and every attribute. Right, now we will see a practical implementation of the button control. Okay, so I have created one Android application. Its name is a button example, and its layout is like this one. It means activity underscore main.xml code is like this one. This is the text view of this particular file. So here there is a linear layout, and first control is a text view whose text property is set to the first number. Another is a edit text, which is used to accept some input from the user, and again there is a text view, and again there is a edit text control, and finally there is a button whose ID is add button, and its text property is set to the add. So if you see its design view, it will look like this one. So this is edit text 1, this is edit text 2, and this is the text view 1, and this is text view 2. I think its size is too small, so we will increase its size to some extent. Right, so I have changed these two properties of text view, that is I have set its text size to the 20 dp, and I have set its style to the bold for this text view as well as for this text view, and now it is visible to some better appearance. So this is first number, this text view, this is second number text view, and this is edit text 1, edit text 2, and this is the add button. Okay, so this is our user interface of this simple application which demonstrate you the working of button control. Now we'll move toward the main activity.java file. Okay, so here as usual these are the typical functions that sets the layout to this particular hosting activity. And here we are creating object of the edit text, the first num and second num, and we are mapping these two respective edit text with the edit text which we have defined in our resource file or layout file by using find view by id function. If you see it carefully, we are passing r.id.first num and second num. So this first num and second num, these are the IDs of the edit text which we have defined here in the layout file. Okay, if you see here, this is edit text first whose property is set to the first num, and this is edit text 2 whose property is set to the second num. So this definition will be mapped with this particular edit text object which we have created here. Similarly, we are mapping the definition of this button control whose ID is btn add to the button object which we have created here, that is btn add. Okay, by passing its ID. Now this is the part of event handling. So here we are registering the event event handler by calling set on click listener method on the object of the button object or button control, which is in this case which is a btn add. Okay, and here there is on click function, and whatever code is here that will be executed whenever user clicks on this particular add button. So we will go through that code. So whenever user clicks on the button, this code will be executed, and here what we are doing, we are checking whether user has entered some values into the edit text or not, and we are achieved that by calling these particular functions. So first num is the edit text object dot get text. It will extract whatever text user has entered into that particular edit text, and we are converting that text into a string, and then we are calling is empty function in order to see whether it is empty or not. If this particular execution returns value of true, then it means that user have not entered any value in that particular edit text. Similarly, we are checking here for the second edit text. Okay, if either condition is true, it means operations cannot be proceed further, because for addition purpose we need both of the numbers, and in that case, if either condition is true, in that case it will show a toast message like this one. So please fill all the fields, and if user has entered all the data, then this code will be executed. And what we have done here, we are extracting whatever user has entered into the edit text controls. Okay, and we are achieved that by using, say here, first num and second num with the IDs of the edit text controls. Okay, so we are calling get text function on this edit text object, and this get text function will extract the value whatever user has entered into that edit text, but it will be in the form of edit text object. So we need to convert that into the string. That's why here we are calling toString method, right? So part of this statement, up to this statement, will extract values entered by the user into the edit text, and it will be converted to the strings. Okay, but now what we want to do, we want to add two numbers, first number and second number, so that this string value should be converted back to the integer number. That is why we are passing the whole value to the parseInt function of the integer class, right? So this parseInt function takes a parameter and convert that into the integer type. Okay, so this highlighted statement will return a value in the string format, and this value will be converted into the integer format, and it will be stored into the num1 variable, which is of type integer. Similarly for num2. And here we are displaying a simple toast message, that is, this is a current application, say context, and this is static string sum is equal to, and now this is a dynamic result which will be calculated at runtime. It means whatever values here, whatever values are extracted from the edit text1 and edit text2 into the num1 and num2 integer variables, that we are adding here. It means num1 plus num2. Okay, and this is length of this toast is a short. Okay, right? So it will display sum equal to what your addition will be there of the two numbers entered by the user. I hope you have understood whatever I am trying to teach you. Now I will run the application and we will see what happens. Okay, my emulator is already open, so I will select this only. So here at background application execution is in process. Right, so our application is launched here. So this is static view, which layout view, which have defined in our .xml file. This is actual instance of our application which is running on the emulator. Now I will enter, first of all I won't enter any number and click on the add button, right? So as soon as I entered in, say click on this add button, this on click function will be called. Okay, but in this case nothing is entered into this edit text 1, edit text 2. That is why either say both the condition of this particular if statement becomes true and this statement is executed. Now I will check the second case. I will enter first number and I will keep the second number as a blank and click on the add button. Again same case is happening here because second number edit text is a blank, so this condition becomes true. Right, now I will enter here 150. Now both edit text have entered with some values. So first one is 100, another is a 150. So as soon as I click on this add button here, so this controls come into this on click function, and here in this case both edit text are filled with values. None of this if statement condition will become true and control comes into this else statement, right? So here whatever value is entered into this edit text 1, it will be stored into the num1 variable by converting it into the integer format, and whatever number is entered into the second edit text, it will be stored into the num2 variable. Okay, and when I click on this particular add button, then this toast message will be displayed. So sum equal to, this is a static string, and num1 plus num2, in this case num1 is 100, num2 is a 150, so it will become 250 and the result will be sum equal to 250. So I will click on this and this is result sum equal to 250. Okay, but it is shown for very short duration because we have set here its length to the short. Now I will change it to long and again rerun it. Okay, I will keep the number same, otherwise I will here the 1000 and 150, so it will become 1000 and 150. So I click on the add button, this is the sum equal to 1150. Okay, so in this way we can implement button control in our application depending upon our requirement. So thank you for listening.